They liberate enslaved children in countries across the world. Now a Utah-based nonprofit is bringing its focus closer to home.
It's a new direction for Operation Underground Railroad. Mike?
Yeah, it is. Dave and Dini and news specialist Kathryn May here sat down with the founder to find out exactly why.
Operation Underground Railroad is a fairly new organization, just over 2 years old, but it's captured a lot of media attention with its missions to rescue child slaves throughout the world. Now it's gaining the attention of law enforcement agencies right here in the United States.
India, Haiti, Mexico. They go into the darkest corners of the world and work with law enforcement to rescue children from slavery. Since its inception a little over 2 years ago, Operation Underground Railroad has conducted 43 rescue missions like this one in Acapulco. They've helped authorities arrest 157 people in 12 different countries. Most of that work has been overseas.
It's kids being trafficked and kidnapped, and this is the fastest growing criminal enterprise on earth. It's time to look outside the box.
Child sexual exploitation happens close to 200,000 times a year right here in the United States, according to the Department of Health and Human Services. Timothy Ballard, founder of Operation Underground Railroad, wants to help law enforcement fight this problem by working in a private-public partnership.
Because we can just move in ways they can't. We can get resources in ways they can't.
But it hasn't been easy convincing U.S. government agencies to team up with a private organization.
As soon as people open up to this idea, we'll be able to double or triple the amount of rescues we're doing as a people here in the United States.
This is a problem everywhere, and we need resources dedicated to this.
Sergeant Carlos Rodriguez with Washington State Patrol is commissioned to fight child exploitation across the entire state of Washington. He teamed up with Operation Underground Railroad over 6 months ago because his small task force needed help.
Because right now my task force, it's me and another detective.
Rodriguez spends a lot of time undercover communicating with child predators online. He shows me one conversation where he pretended to be a mother pimping out her daughters, ages 6 and 11.
And then this person goes into what he wants them to wear, asks about their undergarments.
OUR provided resources so that Rodriguez's team could set up sting operations.
They're coming to rape children. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
In this video, 25-year-old Nicholas Matthews arrives at the door. He thinks he's coming to have sex with a woman and her 14-year-old daughter. He quickly learns the woman who answered the door was actually an undercover police officer.
Please get on the ground right now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground right now.
61-year-old Randy Kranz arrives with cash to pay for sex with an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old.
I knew this was a setup.
I can't think of a charge that's more horrendous than hurting a child.
The Washington Task Force conducted a series of similar busts. 6 children were rescued from some of the suspects' homes, and so far, 27 people have been arrested in Washington thanks to OUR funding.
Without their support, there's no way we'd have been able to do the missions like this. Maybe we do one night and get maybe one person.
Ballard says OUR is currently working with 5 different jurisdictions in the United States.
Sheriff's Office, we have a search warrant. I'm getting hands.
This bust was in California.
No one wants to accept what it is.
He says his team can provide training on how to find child predators. They can help fund sting operations and provide experienced undercover operatives to help with the busts.
This is serious. This is real. This is real evil.
Ballard says OUR's success is catching the attention of agencies across the country, and he expects to do a lot more work here in the United States in the coming year.
They recognize that this private-public model is the future to rescuing trafficked victims.
Ballard says Utah's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force is doing an excellent job of fighting child sexual exploitation. He calls Utah a model for other states. A motion picture called The Abolitionist, documenting some of OUR's rescue missions, is set to hit theaters across the nation on May 16th. For KSL 5 News, I'm Kathryn May.
All right, thanks, Kathryn. Yeah, they do some great work.